What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? How are my good people feeling out there? What it do, baby? What it do? What it do? What it do? I know it's been a minute since we did a live. Matter of fact, make sure y'all tap in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. Let me check the last time we went live. I want to check really quickly. When was the last time we went live? The last time we went live was about 3-4 days ago. So it wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Okay. What up, y'all? Let's get into it, baby. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. First live show from beginning. You already know, man. We're not going to be on here too long because I got another live that I want to do later on for another channel. But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I see we got Minneapolis in the chat. I'm not going to be here too long, but we'll see how it goes. Windsor Hills, California was good. What up, Dreamers Pro? Coming in from Union City, California was good, fam. How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay, I think I got that ready. Maryland in the building as always. Shout out to Maryland, man. I see the weather out there in Maryland is pretty. I mean, the weather out there on the East Coast is pretty bad, man. It looks like I think there's some kind of like snowstorm going down over there. So hope everybody's doing well and safe and everything. But the snow looks pretty crazy out there in the East Coast. I'm sure it's the same in Philly. Yeah, East Coast, man, getting a lot of snow. I even saw Dallas getting a lot of snow. So a lot of snow, lot of snow right now. Valley Stream, New York, we snowed in. Yeah, I heard, man. I think they canceled school in New York for one day. They canceled school, so I know a lot of the kids were happy about that. I remember I used to be happy when they canceled school. So anyway, so let's get into this one, man. This is kind of like a breaking story, but we'll see how it goes. So I came across a post not too long ago that I want to share with you guys. I'm only probably going to be on for about 20 minutes or so. So anyway, I saw this post and let me show it to y'all. So this is from Basketball Forever, right? And I was originally going to do another, like a live on Giannis, but with a different, let me say, story, so to speak, right? So this was the post I saw a few hours ago from Basketball Forever saying this. And it said, yo, that's dirty how they got Doc Rivers looking. But anyway, it says Giannis Antetokounmpo may have played his last game in Milwaukee, according to Mark J. Spears. I think he has played his last game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform. Okay. This post came out a few hours ago. I want to see if any let me see if some other people posted about it. Let me see, probably Yahoo Sports. Let me see. Did they say anything about it? Yahoo didn't say anything. Let me see. Sideline. Maybe Sideline Sources said something about it. They usually talk about these things. No, Sideline didn't talk about it. So it's only been Basketball Forever that reported what Mark Spears has to say, right? So Mark Spears is saying that this is Giannis's last game or whatever we probably just witnessed. So I'm preparing for the live. And then I just searched Giannis. I'm like, let me search for Giannis and see what's being said about Giannis. Then all of a sudden, I see an article here, and in multiple articles. We got one here from fadeawayworld.net, and I want to post it in the comment section. Yeah, I think you guys should be able to see it there in the comments. Right? So we got one from fadeawayworld.net, and it says this, and I'll read it to you. Rich Paul plans to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo with a bold promise on new team per report. Shocking new reports suggest Giannis Antetokounmpo might sign with Rich Paul if he wants to get traded to a new team before the February 5th deadline. I kid you not. I kid you not. It continues on. Giannis Antetokounmpo, no, let's get to this. According to recent reports, Antetokounmpo almost part ways with his agent Alex Sarastis for failing to get him traded to another team. This is where Rich Paul seems to have spotted an opportunity, as the same report further indicates that the renowned sports agent wants to pitch representation to the Greek superstar. Giannis was close to firing his longtime agent Alex Sarastis over his failure to get Giannis traded from the Bucks, wrote Henry Abbott of True Hoop. A client like Giannis is worth a ton of money to an agent, And so there are always sources suggesting a star and his agent are at odds with each other. The hubbub or whatever might create an opening for someone else to move in. And in this case, Rich Paul of Klutch Sports not only tends to talk to Giannis, but also multiple sources agree has been talking to Giannis's brother, Thanasis, as of late. It gets better, guys. It gets better. Rich, it seems clear, would like to represent Giannis, and despite what's happening with Anthony Davis in Dallas, is said to have been making the case that he's the guy who can get a star player where he wants to go. Abbott or whatever further added. Two excellent NBA sources suggest that this kind of agent subterfuge, I don't know what this word is a constant undertone of NBA life. Blah 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 blah. That's one article. We have another article. This is from heavy.com, right? This is another one with the same story that came out 2 hours ago. Let me post this one here. So this one is saying Giannis Rich Paul rumors add new layer to Lakers trade buzz. A reported drama surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo's representation added a new layer of intrigue about his uncertain future in Milwaukee, right? And has drawn the Los Angeles Lakers before the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, according to True, okay, so basically it's the same thing, right? Basically it's the same thing. So the news we're hearing on the streets is that Giannis is now being approached by Rich Paul as representation to get Giannis traded to his preferred destination. Now, I want to talk about a few things here. I don't know if you guys know, but there was a rumor out there swirling about 2 weeks ago where you had an idea of Giannis potentially going to the Warriors and playing alongside LeBron James. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but I certainly saw this about 2 weeks ago or so, right? This was the thing. By the way, for the people that just came into the live, the report is Giannis Antetokounmpo may have played his last game in Milwaukee, according to Mark J. Spears. I think he has played his last game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform. We have some people that are saying that Giannis faked his injury in the last game that he played. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But anyway, there were some rumors surrounding that scenario. Oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. Look at it. So this came out 4 days ago. LeBron, Curry, Giannis. The Warriors will reportedly target Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James this off season, right? So I saw that a number of days ago. But let's get back to this one here. His agent right now, somebody just asked who's his agent. His agent is a gentleman by the name of, I just read it here. It's Alex Saratisis, right? That's his agent. So there's an angle that we got to pay attention to, guys. And that was the first. And the second one is, what does this mean for the Lakers? Because anything of this magnitude, right, that Rich Paul does will not be in the best interest of the client. It will be in the best interest of LeBron James. You need to look no further than the Anthony Davis acquisition. That was in the best interest of LeBron James because it helped him capture his first championship. In this case of Giannis and Rich Paul now potentially pitching his services to Giannis, well, what does this mean? This could mean a few things for the Lakers. Because if Rich Paul could become Giannis Antetokounmpo's representation, and Rich Paul could swing a deal to get Giannis to the Lakers for maybe an Austin Reeves or somebody like that, then that not only benefits the Lakers, but that also benefits LeBron in more than just one way. Because now not only does he get LeBron another championship piece, but he almost certainly guarantees that the Lakers offer him another contract next year. Why? Because Rich Paul just got us Giannis. So there's no way that they wouldn't offer him a contract for at least another year or two. For at least another year or two. But Rich Paul swooping in and now wanting to be the representation of Giannis, in my honest opinion, guys, is something that has to benefit LeBron James. It has to. Because you don't just come up against, you just don't stumble upon opportunities like this when it comes to like landing a Giannis Antetokounmpo on your team. Right? Everything for LeBron, this league is gone. Don't do it, Giannis. So this is what we're seeing. For the new people coming in, I want to read again from the article. This is from, maybe, you know what? I'll post it in the comments and I'll just pin it to the top so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So this is the article here. Let me pin the message here so you guys can read it. Okay, cool. So the article is up there. All right. So let me read it for y'all again. It says, Rich Paul plans to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo with a bold promise on new team, per report. It says, according to recent reports, Giannis Antetokounmpo almost parted ways with his agent, Alex, for failing to get him traded to another team. So now we know Giannis wanted to leave, at least according to what this article is saying. This is where Rich Paul seems to have spotted an opportunity, as the same reporter further indicates that the renowned sports agent wants to pitch representation to the Greek superstar. Giannis was close to firing his longtime agent over his failure to get Giannis traded from the Bucks, wrote Henry Abbott of True Hoop. A client like Giannis is worth a ton of money to an agent. And so there's always sources suggesting a star and his agent are at odds in one way or the other. And in this case, Rich Paul of Klutch Sports not only tends to talk to Giannis, but also multiple sources agree he has been talking to Giannis's brother Thanasis as of late. Rich, it seems clear, would like to represent Giannis, and despite what's happening with Anthony Davis in Dallas, is said to have been making his case that he's the guy who can get a star player where he wants to go. Abbott further added, and then the article then goes in to say a few other things. So what do y'all think about this news, man? What do y'all think about Rich Paul potentially becoming, Klutch Sports potentially becoming the representation for the Lakers and for Giannis, excuse me, and what do you think this means for the Lakers? Because I think if Rich Paul can become his agent, I think there's no doubt it's either Giannis is coming to the Lakers now. It's either Giannis is coming to the Lakers now, or he's getting Giannis to another place where LeBron can go meet him. Why do I say that? Because of this report here. It says, look at the images here. It says the Warriors will reportedly target Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James this offseason. Sources say that the Warriors naturally do plan to feature prominent in the trade mix for Milwaukee's Antetokounmpo if he truly becomes available via trade this offseason, while also exploring the prospect of teaming, a prospect of LeBron James, Stephen Curry, James with Stephen Curry at last once LeBron becomes an unrestricted free agent on June 30th. This is going to be a very interesting trade deadline on February 5th. And if nothing happens in the trade deadline, I think something is going to happen major. I think there are going to be some major moves made in the offseason. What do I think about this? If I'm being honest with you guys, man, it's not that I don't care, but I think I will have more of an opinion on it if something actually goes down. I'm just more so reporting the news to you. Right? I'm just reporting the news to you. And if Rich Paul gets Giannis, that means he's a shrewd operator. And that means that Giannis's agent hasn't done a good enough job. Looking at Giannis, man, with the Bucks, Giannis clearly doesn't look happy. Right? Giannis does not look happy. And the only thing I don't get about Giannis is, and I know it's not easy, but Giannis has options. Giannis is almost making it seem like as if he's stuck in Milwaukee forever and ever and ever. Look at the situation they have there. What Milwaukee has and has had is not like what the Warriors had or what the Spurs had, right? It's not that. For goodness sake, they had a coach in Budenholzer who they fired, and I agreed with that decision. Then they hired, what's the guy that they hired, man? The rookie head coach, the black guy. Oh my God, what's the guy that they hired? Oh my God, is it Adam? I forgot his name, right? I forgot his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. They hired him. This season was maybe a quarter of a way in. Then they fire him. They fire him. Adrian Griffin, exactly. They didn't even give the guy 1 year. They fire him. And after they fired him, they inexplicably went on to hire the damn joker of the NBA, Doc Rivers, who has had a history of blowing playoff leads. And Doc made his name off of that 2008 championship. And that 2008 championship is like Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. I've never seen a coach ride a wave for that damn long. They still ride in the coattails of that one championship in 2008 that they won against the Los Angeles Lakers. And that one championship has gotten Doc Rivers so many coaching opportunities from the Clippers to, I forgot the other team that he coached now, the Sixers. Then he now ended up with the Bucks. And I'm like, how does this even happen? When they signed Doc as their head coach, all of us were laughing. At least I was. I'm like, Doc Rivers? Really? Doc Rivers? Well, you see what Doc has been able to do. Nothing. They'll try, but Queen James will never get another ring. Appreciate the comment, the super chat. So, man, look, if Giannis wants to leave, and I mean, if Giannis wants to sign with Rich Paul, more power to him, man. More power to him. I don't care one way or the other. More power to him. If Giannis ends up being a Laker, that's a great thing. But I sincerely doubt that it's a scenario where Giannis goes to a particular destination that doesn't benefit LeBron. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt Giannis, if Rich Paul represents Giannis, I doubt Giannis goes to the Lakers and LeBron leaves and goes somewhere else. I don't believe so. I believe it would be something where Giannis and LeBron team up in some kind of way. I don't believe that it would just be for the benefit of Giannis and Giannis alone. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. For those of you guys who want to know, hey Charles, shout out. It's called Doc Rivers disease. If you guys want to read the article, I have it pinned to the top. I already read it not too long ago. Giannis is about to start that team hopping bleep too. Well, you got to you got to give Giannis some grace here. You got to give Giannis some grace because you also have to look at management. I don't think any of us can question whether or not Giannis goes out there every night and puts it on the floor. But the fact of the matter is, man, they haven't been able to put a solid unit around this guy since the Drew Holiday thing. And then that following year fell apart after what happened with Butler. And ever since then, it's just been one thing after the other, man. The East got better. You look at the Boston Celtics, bro, look at what Boston has. You can't go out there and just be trotting out those lineups against Boston. And then your head coach is Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is not going to cut it. Doc Rivers, although he has a lot of wins, is a very, very overrated coach. I'm saying it. I don't have any affinity for Doc Rivers because he's black or something. I don't give a damn about none of that. Doc Rivers is riding off the wave of the title he won in 2008 against the Lakers. That's what Doc Rivers, to this day, made him a made man. To this very day. And ever since he won that championship, since the 2008 finals, what has Doc Rivers done? Yeah, he's won a lot of regular season games, but apart from that, what has happened? I was supporting the Clippers when Doc Rivers was there. I got a full front row seat to that. Front row seat. Then after that, went to Philly, blew series after series. And then after he got fired in Philly, we thought he was done. Then in like 3-4 days, he got a job in Milwaukee, and we were like, what? Everybody laughed when they signed Doc Rivers. Put a 1 in the chat if you laughed your ass off when, after Philly fired Doc, like 4 or 5 days later, they signed. Everybody laughed. They're like, this is insane. And we were all making a joke like, Doc Rivers must have the best agent in sports. How do you get fired off of blowing a series and then like less than a week later, you're hired again? It's crazy. It's crazy. So look, man, Doc hasn't been able to produce as well. Come on, let's keep it a beam, bro. Like, let's keep since 2008. What has Doc Rivers done? Since 2008, or rather, since 2010, because that was the last time he went to the finals. Since then, what has Doc Rivers done in the 15 years? What has he done? Yes, he was an assistant head coach for the Boston Celtics, and he spearheaded that defense. He is absolutely correct. Sorry. Tom Thibodeau was the defensive coordinator for that team. Defensive coach, however you want to call him. So what has he done? If I'm Giannis, I'm looking around like, bro, ain't nothing going down over here. I might as well pack my bags and get the hell up out of here. Ain't no reason for me to stay up in here. Ain't no reason. So look, man, I think Giannis gave it his best shot. It's not like as if Giannis is playing with the Warriors, man, and they're drafting Klay Thompson and getting all of these other guys and really making power moves. The Bucks are not doing that. The Bucks are not doing that. So if Giannis wants to move on, he tried. Yeah, he's been with the Bucks for what, 12 years? How many years Giannis has been with the Bucks? 12, 13 years? No one can accuse Giannis of quitting on the organization. He's been there for Giannis has been more loyal to the Bucks. Giannis has been one of the more loyal superstars in the NBA. He's been one of the more, apart from Stephen Curry, who has more tenure with a team than Giannis? Apart from Steph, who has more tenure with the franchise right now? What active player has a longer tenure with a team than Giannis? Who? I certainly can't think of anybody right now. Who? Come on. Like, if the guy wants to go, let him go, man. Come on. If you wanted him to stay, put a better team around him. Put a better coach around him. He stayed long enough. If Giannis wants to go, let him go. Whatever. Whatever. It's one thing if, like, it's like you stay in a relationship, let's make it work. The Bucks are beyond the point of making it work. They're past that point. They're beyond that point. So if he wants to leave, let him leave, man. Giannis did a lot better than most. He did a lot better than most. So somebody said Haslam's still there. So shout out to him, man. Anyway, this is the news, guys. Appreciate you guys for being a part of the live, man. And we definitely going to catch y'all later, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. God bless. Peace.